All right. We will officially start our class now. On the other side, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, doctor.
On the other side. Okay, because it's blended, it's quite difficult, no? Normally when I teach, I always walk around, no? Anyway, good afternoon, everyone. I think it's your first time to meet me. I'm Dr. Ranel. I've been teaching here, Dr. Ranel Banaga Salgado, a Filipino. I've been teaching here for about 10 years. Yeah. I am a nurse, and at the same time, I am a psychologist. Okay. So we're going to have a very, hopefully, no? We're going to have a very good interaction when we are going to teach and when we are going to meet. Because normally psychology is supposed to be an interesting subject. It's not only a subject where you would like to pass. It should be an interesting subject that would help you with your profession eventually. Because you see, that's the reason why if you're going to look at what you're actually having today, we are having general courses, and all these general courses will help you develop yourselves professionally. Whether you like it or not, you're just actually growing. From you do not know if you are adults yet. You do not know if you are adolescents yet. Your age is between child and adolescents, maybe adult, no? And other people are pretending to be adults already, yet you're behaving like children. So basically, these are the things that we are going to understand. Now, what more if you're going to meet patients like this in the future? How are you going to deal with them? So, how are you going to communicate with them? How are you going to understand yourselves if you're going to have some problems? Whether we like it or not, also, problems will be there. Some confusions, some questions to be asked, and so on. That's the reason why psychology is actually brought into your profession, into your course. Now, why is it that we need psychology? All we want is to become a dentist. We would like to pull the teeth of our patients. But of course, as a person, you have to grow. As a person, you have to develop, you have to improve. You're not just going to become a dentist. You are going to become a professional, a holistic person, a family man, a family woman, and a useful member of the society. That's the reason why you are actually attending the university. When you go to the university, when you come here, you are admitting the fact that you would like to be educated, you would like to accept whatever your teachers will give you, whatever your teachers will actually contribute to your improvement and to your development, okay? So our course is called Psychology and Behavioral Sciences. We changed this, no? Last year it was DPB 123. So you see, for those of you who are asking, sir, is this included with the GPA? I am not surprised with that question because some of us really would like to become very good students. We would like to please our parents because you're coming here is not too easy. You're coming here entails a lot of money. You see, expensive. So you really would like to get a good mark, a good grade, and you would like to have your GPA to be more than 3.5, isn't it? To 4, especially those who are maintaining scholarship. But you see, before this was included with the GPA because it starts with D, DPB 123. Right now, it is not because we classify this as under general subjects, general science subject. That's the reason why we started with P, PSY201. All right? But I really would like to remind you, you see, if you really would like to be happy with your college life, you have to enjoy that. You have to, you have not, your main purpose supposed to be is not to get only good mark. You have to enjoy it. You are not going to reach for the stars, although these stars will be unreachable. A lot of students are actually doing that. I would like to be an A plus student. After receiving the first mark in the quiz, they would think that they would not get an A plus already just because it's impossible. Maybe they could have failed because of so many reasons. Then they lost out of touch, they lost interest, then they do not want to study. Yeah, this is usually the point. This is usually the thing that is happening to us as human beings. We are easily disappointed, right? Sometimes you are not happy anymore just because you failed in one subject, just because you did not meet the mark. You did not actually excel as you thought. Anyway, we're going to discuss more about that as we go on, right? So our course carries 3 credit hours. No laboratory, no practical. This is generally going to be classroom teaching only. Although I'll try to make it sure that sometimes in your assignment this time I'm going to ask you to do some experiments, no? That will be serving as your practical, right? I really would like to help you, okay? Most probably you could have asked other students already. Yeah? Did you ask already about me? Very good. Because if you could have asked about me, you would be disappointed, no? No, really, because no, because the assignments, they really, when I ask you to submit an assignment, I really would like you to do your best. So other students would submit their assignment, they would do it at the last minute, they would submit it at the last minute, and they would be expecting 10 over 10 or 100 over 100. How is that? So normally, resume index, I would like to make it sure that no one among my students would plagiarize. So definitely they will not get the grade that they would be expecting, no? 10 out of 10. It's not like that, no? You're given one assignment for one semester, you have to do it your best. Not to do it at the end, not to do it last, and so on and so forth, okay? Anyway, moving forward, so this is actually offered in your second semester. I will not read the course description. I'm going to give this to you later on. This will be the coverage, actually, of our course. There are so many things I think that you will be interested on. Right. So these are the coverages of our courses as we go on for one semester. Number one, we're going to look into the definition of psychology in a practical sense, right? How it helps you to become a dentist, to become a good person. We're going to look into several theories that make up psychology as a science. We're going to look into its foundation. I'm going to make it interesting, don't worry. And then we're going to have also the different subjects, courses under this. We'll be studying emotions. We'll be studying human behavior for dentistry. We'll be studying sensation and perception, how you're going to use your senses. Appreciate music by using your eyes, by using your ears. Appreciate vision by using your eyes, and so on and so forth. How are you going to make interpretation of that one? Why is it that the music that you hear, you appreciate it, yet others do not? Isn't it? Why? So we are going to understand that. We're going to look into that. If you're going to, let's say, for instance, appreciate a picture or maybe a painting, maybe a drawing, you appreciate that. But why is it others don't? So this becomes a part of our differences just because we have different experiences. Do you notice that? So we're going to understand that. At home also, your brothers may have different preference. Your sisters may have different preference. Why is it so? Because your experiences are different. The way you appreciate things would be different also. Because you know that in the laws of physics, no? No same matter will occupy the same space. Therefore, you experience different things at different time, similar things differently at the same time. The experiences that you have may be different. We're going to understand that in psychology, right? Then consciousness, sleep, and awareness. This is very important. Eventually, next year and in third year, you're going to study about the different medications, pharmacology in dentistry. You're going to also put your patients to sleep when you're going to utilize anesthetics, right? So how do you say if a person is dead or alive? What is the difference between sleep and coma? I believe you have encountered about the word coma, right? Yeah. When you hear the coma, it could be something else. It could be very dangerous because the person could be dead or the person could actually be near dead. Okay? So the chances are they could actually die in a matter of time. But how is it that people who are in coma may survive? So we are going to look at that. How are you going to grade their state of unconsciousness? And so on and so forth. Among others, we're going to look into theories of personality. This is very interesting because we try to understand your differences. We try to understand why is it that you behave the way you behave now. Because you see, you belong to specific stage. You see, I'm old and you are young. Why is it that my preference is different from yours? Because I belong to different stages. You belong to a stage wherein almost every one of you is confused. You do not know what you want. You do not know what you like, even the choice of music, even the choice of color, you do not know. You see, today you like red, tomorrow you don't. It's a part of confusion. It's a part of your stage. It's normal. And some of you here may actually be rebellious, isn't it? Maybe you fight a lot with your parents. Girls will fight with their mother. They are in love with their father. They're very close to their father. These are the phenomena that we would like to study. Boys would pretend to be adult, so they would like that their mothers would serve them like maids. You see, foods, clothing, they would like to be served. Right or wrong? Yeah, yeah. This is a part of your stage. It's normal. I'm not telling that this is wrong. I agree. You have to understand this as you go on. Do you understand what I mean? This is the phenomena that will actually happen to you as you grow old. This will be eliminated because you are maturing. You are trying to step on another stage. The next step that you will go to will be on adulthood. And that will be scary. That will be something else. That's why I'm telling you, you have to enjoy your life right now. The next stage will be different because you say, why is it that I'm telling it's scary? You're going to raise your family, and raising a family is very difficult. I'm telling you, you have to raise your family. You're going to have your finances stabilized. You would like to have your house, your own house. You would like to have your own cars. It's difficult. Then after that, it goes down this way. So we're going to look into that as you go old, the different stages of your human development. All right. These are all the things that will shape our personality, the things that make who we are in what we are. All right. So among others, we'll understand intelligence. This is the thing I really would like to emphasize this. What is the measure of intelligence? All right. So many of us would have different view on intelligence. How do you define intelligence? Is it performance in the class? Is it achieving A plus in the class? No. Of course, it's different. We're going to look into different perspective. You're telling something? Thinking outside the box. Yes, that's another form of intelligence. Problem solving. You say, remember Albert Einstein, a very known genius whose IQ is more than 150, but he's a failure. You see, he failed mathematics when he was entering college. Don't you know that? Yeah. Thomas Alva Edison. Can you still recall Thomas Alva Edison? Yeah. The one who invented the bulb. Yes, the bulb, not the light. God invented the light, isn't it? You know why? Because God gave light. Right, the bulb. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just joking. Really, afternoon is very difficult because you are sleepy. No, All right, so Bal, grade 1, what happened? His teacher said, you are good for nothing, you go home, you cannot succeed. But yet he invented so many things, and he mentioned intelligence in success is 99% failure and 1% perseverance. You see? That's like that, just like that. So intelligence, we're going to look into that, the different theories of intelligence, learning, and cognitive psychology, how you process information outside. Right now, you're processing information. How are you going to process that? How are you going to store that? And eventually, how are you going to access that? Accessing information also. Now, this is very important because you're going to be dentists. Acquisition of information, then access of information whenever you are going to solve problem as a dentist eventually. Isn't it? Because you will be on your own. You do not have a teacher, right? You acquire knowledge and skills as much as you can from your stay in the university, from first year to fifth year, including your internship. Then after that, you are going to be released. You will decide to do on what you are supposed to do to your individual patient. You will be alone deciding on that, deciding on the fate of your patient, isn't it? You need to utilize the knowledge that you got from your experiences in this university. Sorry. Hello. Richard, I am giving a class. Yeah. Yes. What do you want? What's it? 2:30. Yeah. No, I got invite. I told him already I will not be attending the meeting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, another faculty because I'm supposed to have a meeting today. But of course, I have a class. Class is more important than a meeting because in a meeting we are planning to on how to teach and what to teach in the class. All right, because I belong to different college, no. So that's why. So intelligence, learning, and cognitive aspects of it. So that's the reason why we call it cognitive psychology. How are you going to utilize information? In the end, how are you going to help your patients? No? So you will be on your own, as I was telling. To utilize all the practical learnings that you have, the theoretical learnings that you have in order to decide on what you're going to do with your patients. That's what cognitive intelligence is. That's what cognitive psychology is. We are going to look into that, right? Moving forward, we will also understand motivation. That's another thing. Because motivation is the one that makes you think. Why is it that you are here? What drives you to do things? I'm going to ask you one question. Why is it that you are here? Different reasons, different motivations, isn't it? Yeah. Your parents ask you to be here because they are doctors, they are dentists, or they would like you to be dentists because, you see, because becoming a dentist is like a status symbol in the community. Imagine you are called doctor, you see? It's something else. But you do not want to be. You would like to be a teacher. You would like to be an artist. You would like to be a filmmaker. You would like to, you know what I mean? You would like to be a writer. You would like something else, right? If you're going to look at what you are doing right now, you see your drive. Your first day, maybe you do not like to go to the university because you do not like it. Others who are very interested, I'm very happy about that. You see, that's the reason why you see last week, I believe somebody of you here forgot the name already, but I replied. One student actually wrote me an email asking me, you're the one, asking me the lectures and so on and so forth. So I reply eventually because I'm trying to make it sure that what I'm going to present to you will be prepared properly. So anyway, I'll be sending you that later on, maybe today or tomorrow. All right. So motivation is something else. This is the one that drives us to do whatever we want to do. When we are interested to do things, no matter what, we will do it. If we are not interested to do things, then we fail. Sometimes it's very difficult because we are dragging our feet until such time that failure is actually there, right? That's the reason why those who are not interested to become a dentist, it's not too late. But if you are very considerate to your parents, which I believe you are, try to become a dentist first. After finishing your college, become what you want to be. Isn't it? You have to wait for 5 years. Become what you want like to be. I know so many people like that, including me. You know what I mean? I never wanted to become a nurse. You see, first 2 years, it was very difficult to go in, to get into the university. Just because I didn't want to. I was so rebellious that after 2 years, I said they're spending so much money in my education. I might as well finish nursing. Then I do what I want to do after that. That's the reason why immediately after nursing, I became a nurse. I enrolled in psychology, postgraduate. That's why I became a doctor in psychology also. You see, this is the thing. I'm telling you, you will become a doctor, you will become a doctor, then later on, do whatever you want. In the end, you could actually change your perception. As we go on, that is the thing that we would like to do. There will be intrinsic motivation, there will be extrinsic motivation. We're going to look into that. How you're going to manipulate that to take you know to take advantage of it. All right, and then we're going to look into emotions. Emotions. I keep on telling my son all the time, emotion is deadly. Emotions is very difficult to understand. Sometimes when you're going to decide based on your emotions, you are dead. I'm so sure you're going to make something wrong. Your decisions would always be wrong because emotions is actually dependent on the type of, in psychological biology or in biological psychology or neurobiology, we're very dependent on our chemicals in the brain, neuropeptides, neurochemicals, right? Sometimes it's very difficult to control. When you are very excited, you are excited. When you are lonely, you are lonely. Actually, it's very difficult. See, you cannot fight with your emotions. Emotions is too deadly, right? Emotions is difficult to control. But with our psychology class, I really would like you to understand this because you're going to use this a lot, your knowledge in emotions, in order to help your patients eventually. One of the most negative emotions, the thing that you're going to deal with in the near future, especially fear, no? Dental fear, right? When was the last time you have seen your doctor, your dentist? Maybe never, just because you're afraid, isn't it? In similar way, your patients will be like that. Okay, we're going to look into that different types of emotions, positive and negative, and how we can actually help understand these emotions to take advantage of it so that we can actually use this in our profession in the end. All right. And then stress, conflict, and coping mechanisms in the dental practice. Stress and coping mechanisms. Right now, I believe you are very stressed. In similar way, when you're going to practice your profession, you're going to think a lot. You're going to think about your employee. You're going to think about your income. You're going to think about how you're going to keep your patients. You see? Sometimes it will be very difficult because you intend to practice, your private practice maybe. You're going to think about this all the time. You're going to deal with people, your employees. How are you going to deal with them? There are difficult employees. At home also, you are stressed at home because your parents keep on nagging you, study, 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 right? And so on. How are you going to deal with that? See? And then we're going to look into the basic counseling techniques and psychotherapy. Hopefully, I can show you how to counsel. I can show you a basic technique of psychotherapy. You see, you are practicing this, but you are doing it the wrong way. You know, people are coming to you, your friends are coming to you, right? Especially when they have these simple problems. Have you done this before? Have you experienced this? Your friends come to you. They have this small problem. What do you do? What do you normally do? Honestly, Huh?
Advise them.
Advise them. Very good. That is you see, this is exactly what you're doing. Advise them. We give them advices. But sometimes this is wrong. I'm very sorry to say. This is more destructive. You get it?
Yeah, they want some doctors.
Mm.
Advising, they want some like support.
They want support. The only reason why they would like to go to you is that they would like somebody to listen to them. You get the point? They do not need anything. They do not need any advice. They need ears. You see? So when you are going, we're going to teach. It's very difficult because you see sometimes very trivial problem they come to you and something like this person is a fool. He does not know how to solve his own problem. Very small problem, very little problem. But problem is a problem. You see, for that person who experienced that, it's very difficult already. You get the point?
Yeah.
Then let him talk. In counseling technique, you close your mouth, open your ears. That's the best thing that you could do. You see, you're going to do it. I'm going to teach you some technique eventually. No? You get the point. You see? So right now you practice that when somebody comes to you, come here, I'm ready to listen. See? Just like nodding, then patting the hand, holding the hands, nodding your head will actually help the patient or your friends to solve their own problem. After all, these patients who come to you or these friends who come to you would like to solve their own problem. You see, when they talk to you, in the end, they will say thank you. You notice that? Because they realize that they have the solution of the problem that they have. You did not give them. The only thing that you did is to listen to them. But how come they are thanking you? Just because in the end of your conversation with the patient or with your friend, they realize that they solved their own problem. That's what we're going to have a technique like that. You see? All right. Anyway, we will look into that as we go, and hopefully it will be very useful. We're going to use also, we're going to understand also abnormal psychology or abnormal behavior. Yeah? Have you encountered this? Sometimes somebody branded you like, you're crazy. As always, you're crazy. But who are you to tell that someone is crazy? Isn't it? What qualifies you to tell someone that he is crazy? So this is the thing we have to understand. What qualifies us to brand someone to be crazy? Just like you are going to make your diagnosis, we are going to make it sure that we understand the different characteristics of a person with mental disorder, with abnormal behavior, so that we can actually say this person may have something, so that this person may need somebody like this, like a psychiatrist or a psychologist. Do you understand what I mean? So anyway, human as we are, sometimes we'll say we are crazy because we are joking only. No? Oh, you are crazy, and so on and so forth, because they are doing some impossible things, things that are not expected, among others. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So these are the subject matters that we are going to we're going to have. By the way, in my class, I'm expecting that we should be on time all the time. No?
Yeah.
If you're going to ask, I was never been late in my class. And almost 100% I attend my class. I've never been absent in any of my class for 9 years. Okay? But of course, sometimes students do not appreciate that. You know why? Because students would like to have free time all the time.
No.
Come on. Yes, I know that. I thank you for that. But I have been teaching for a while. I've been dealing with students. I've been dealing with people like you at your age. I know. All right, Kaliwali. All right. Okay, moving forward. We're going to look into health promotions also, and so on. All right. So how are you going to be graded? Yeah.
What?
Health promotion and health education. So these are the subject matters that we are going to have. Now, how are you going to be graded? So I believe you would like to be interested. There are two parts. Number one, internal assessment. And number two, since this is a semestral subject, we're going to have end, we call it end semester examination. Okay? It's given usually in the end. No. Now these are the different components of your internal assessment. Number one, in-course assessment. In-course assessment is actually given once only. And normally I give twice. You know why? Because as expected, the students may be absent on the first try, no? Or students actually would not have prepared on the first try, right? So in-course assessment may be given once or twice. So twice is not the standard thing. Do you understand? If the dean said you can actually give second, then we will give. All right? To give chance to those students who did not take it, who did not take the first try, or those who did not do good in the first try. And we're going to take the best. We call that as in-course assessment 1, in-course assessment 2. I believe you are in second semester already, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Your in-course assessment 1 and 2, but for semestral, there is only one in-course assessment. That's a major test, okay? So you will be lucky if we're going to have in-course assessment 2, but with my 9 year of experience here, I never give one. I always give two, yeah? Because I really would like to help others, no? Okay. But you see, I do not want to inflate grades. What is actually the meaning of inflated grade? I do not believe that. When you do not deserve to get 4, why will I give you 4? Isn't it? It is based on what you got. It's based on the quality of the things that you are submitting to me. So the real thing, all right? Other people just can actually immediately get 4 or 4 or 4. I do not want to do that. All right? I'm a psychologist. I should know. No, I should be objective, and I should be, let's say, justifiable in everything that they do. Number 2, I'm going to have quiz. Again, there will always be one quiz, but normally I give 2. You get it? You know why? Because other students, they are sick. They are sick, they do not come. Maybe they could not have studied, so they choose not to come. There are students like that. I know you. No? Maybe they overslept, so they would not have waken up in order to attend their quiz. So they missed the quiz. So the following, there will be quiz 2. But of course, I'm warning you, always the quiz 2 will be difficult. Yeah, I say it too, will always be difficult also. Yeah, of course. All right. Then assignments will be given to you also, right? Now assignments, I'm still thinking because of this pandemic. I will try to find a way to help you out. No, I do not know yet. I'm not going, I normally do not give similar assignment as what I gave last year. Because, you know, students are very resourceful. You get it? Students are very resourceful. You ask your classmates before, did you have this? Do you have this? They'll give you, then do you subject to something? All others. I have been here and I know. I have been marking, I have been marking assignment. No, I ran similarity index all the time and I discovered 100% copied. When I check, I always look into the submission of others. Minus is not a good thing. You know why? Because as if you're tolerating their bad behavior. I believe this. If you cheat once, if you cheat on a small thing, you're going to cheat on the big thing in the future. If you're going to cheat small thing with your patient, like the chains, maybe you're going to cheat in bigger aspects. You know, in our religion, Islam, and in my religion, Catholics, we don't tolerate cheating, isn't it? Because we really would like to have a moral practice. And I'm going to stick on that one, moral practice, right? So that's the reason why I do not want to tolerate no matter what, no? So this is exactly what we're going to have. Now for your textbook, I'm going to give you for free downloadable the book of James Calat, Introduction to Psychology, right? Although I have a book also,
It's a book.
yeah. So my book is already here. I think I have few copies. We have Psychology by Dr. Ernell. No, you can actually ask the library here. I have
Which one?
Psychology, Introduction to
No, I mean,
Psychology.
which one we're going to use?
Because we have no copy here, only 12, only 5 copies,
Uh-huh.
and few copies in the library. We use James Calat because I'm going to give you this for free. No, you download this, right? I'm going to send you the link so that you have something to read tonight or maybe this week. Okay, that makes our introduction to the course. All right. Any questions so far?
No.
No. Then we are going to proceed with our major class. Online, B2, you follow? You have any question?
No, doctor. Thank you.
You follow? All right, good. Because this is also recorded, I'm going to give it to you also. Okay. So let's proceed. So I introduced myself to you already. This is our initial discussion, psychology in dentistry. All right. So psychology in dentistry. All right. This is our introduction. Although there will be introductory course based on the book of James Scott when we tackle chapter 1 already. But for now, in order to introduce you to psychology in dentistry, I really would like to make a little bit of discussion about this. No. So why is it's important to you among others? Uh, these are my degrees. I got 3 doctorates anyway. All right. A doctor of psychology, doctor of science, then doctor of education. All right. So anyway, just because of one thing, you see, just because I was rebelling on this when I was taking my bachelor's degree. This is my first degree.
Yeah.
This is the degree that I did not want to have. I did not want to take because my sister, who is a nurse, who was working in Arab Saudi before you take up nursing, because you get my point.
Yeah.
So as I was telling you a while ago, motivation. When you go to college, as if I was dragging my feet. It's very difficult now, and I was always competing with my teacher. I was always quarreling with my teacher because who cares, isn't it? Who cares to be kicked out? Kick out, well, it's good. After all, I did not like nursing, but eventually, when I became third year, when I reached third year, I made a turnaround, right? So I decided to finish it. Then after that, do whatever I wanted. See, the same thing is to you. Same thing you can actually do. I believe not 100% of you here would like to become dentists.
No, I want.
Some of you, I believe. I believe some of you, not 100%. There are people who really would like to become dentists, but there are people who really do not want to become one.
Yeah.
You see? But let's say, no, it's not too late. No, you can actually change your mindset eventually in the end. So these are our learning objectives. Very simple. We have to identify the requirements, then define behavioral sciences, and explain the importance of behavioral science to dentistry or dental practice. Okay. So you know that the dental science is otherwise known as dentistry in other countries. Yeah. You see, what are you taking? Dentistry. In the US, we follow US curriculum. It's not given in BDS, but it's given in DMD. There is what we call as doctor in dental medicine. So the course that they get is DMD. I do not know if we are offering course like this in British and in Commonwealth states. I think we follow British curriculum now. So BDS, all right, instead of DMD. In DMD, there is a prerequisite, no? You are going to have associate degree before you can actually reach a DMD. So that's the reason why in US curriculum, it's quite difficult. Training to become a dentist in US curriculum is a little bit longer than what we have here. Yeah? Okay. So moving forward, I believe I discussed this with you already. So The continuous assessment, internal assessment is 60%. Then one and one examination only is your end semester examination, 40%. So combined, you're going to have 100%. I hope everybody will pass. Now, with my experience here, some students would actually fail, but in the end, they would pass because of your repeat one. You get it? The reason why they would not actually pass is because, number one, they would not submit their assignment. What would I give? A 0. Only one assignment, isn't it? If you do not have assignment, then it would be 0. Others would always complain, sir, what you are giving in the examination is not in the PowerPoint. I said, always, you should listen, take down notes. No, because I do not base my examination on the PowerPoint. I base my examination on what I give in the class and what you should be reading. So you should take down notes. They're always complaining like that all the time. No? And I really would like to have practical questions. If you're listening to me, you will get it. But if you don't listen to me, you will not get the answer. If you read, you will get the answer. Because you see, I know some students are lazy. I was once a lazy student also. Yeah. So you just actually sleep or something like do nothing, and then when you're going to have the examination, all you have to do is to memorize what's in the PowerPoint. Then eventually you are going to complain. Why is it that that examination item is not in the PowerPoint? You see, after all, you see, I always tell my superiors and my students, what is the use of teaching if we are going to base our examination on the PowerPoint alone? Why not give the PowerPoint and leave the class? That's all. So we just actually assign a date where we are going to test you. So that's actually contradictory to the profession that I actually followed. I am a teacher. I should do the right thing. You get it? I'll make it sure that my students could have something, could have learned something in the. And I don't believe, I am telling you, if you come to me and show me that, sir, I am an A+ student, sometimes I don't believe that. You know why? Because I really believe on your action rather than the mark that you're going to show to me. I was once a head of an institution when there is an applicant who is applying in the university because I was a dean one time, no? In the Philippines, no? Okay. I don't look at the credentials, right? We're happy with our credentials if there are A+. I don't look at it. I really would look on the behavior and decorum of the applicant rather than on the mark. After all, the mark will not be carried forever. You cannot actually move around with your A+. No, you cannot actually go to the hospital. Oh, hey, I am an A+ student. Look. Or maybe you're going to place your transcript of record here. Look, I am my A+ here. Maybe your certificate also. Everything will actually vanish. What is left will be your decorum, will be your behavior, how you are going to be educated. That's what's going to be rated to you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So this is more important. I believe your parents would actually look into that also. All right. So I presume that when you came here, you are something different. Becoming a dental student is different. You should be excelling something else, somewhere else. In our university, there are basic requirements, isn't it? You should be a science student, right? If are you a science student? You should meet a specific criteria. Therefore, dental students must be bright. They have this intellect. You are above, you are above normal. You are something else. Compared to others, you're very different. You have the capacity to become a doctor. You have the capacity to treat patients' illness. See, you have the capacity to acquire information that will be used in your practice. So we presume that you're bright. Forget about the grades that you got before. Your A level, your ES level, your what else? your board examination, forget about that. But we assume that when you are admitted here, you are bright, you are motivated, looking into the money that you are actually paying. Who is not going to be motivated? Come on, isn't it? 85, how much you're paying a year? 85,000, 90,000? Huh? Or you don't pay? You don't have any idea at all? 85. You should have an idea of how much your parents are paying. You know, when I am paying, I make it sure that my son is with me. See? Because my son is taking up medicine in the Philippines. He should be admitted here, but I could not afford the university, you know? So I sent him to the Philippines. But when I'm paying, I'll try to make it sure that he knows. I send, right now he's here because online, you know, he graduated at GEMS Westminster, Russell Kaima, last year. John Joseph Salgado. You know him, right? He's my son. He's now here. Okay? A level. So A level, he got. I actually asked him to get four science subject: physics, chemistry, biology, and psychology. Right? 11, grade 11, he was already admitted in the college because he was able to get good marks on the 4 ES level. But I said that's not enough. You go on A level. So he took the same subject. See, I'll make it sure that when I pay, he says what I'm paying. Right now, he's always thinking about money, 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 how much you're paying. He is saving money, just like yours. 85,000 is not too easy thing for your parents. So you should be motivated to study, right? Okay, then enthusiastic. Imagine I was very happy and very proud when somebody actually asked me to send them the notes last week. So that means to say your enthusiasm to learn is something else, right? And I was so enthusiastic also to come and meet you. You see? Because I really would like to do the very best of me to show to you so that you can actually get your money's worth, every single cent of it. Do you understand? All right. So students in dental college are bright, motivated, and enthusiastic. That means to say you are holistic. You are something different, different from others. So you always think that way. Therefore, you need to study. Do you understand? All right. Moving forward, dentistry students are good at memorization, as you do. Maybe, yeah, because I always look at you memorizing. Yes. And of course, you have different motivations to come here. As I mentioned to you later, as I mentioned to you earlier, we will discuss about this as we go on and study motivation. No? And of course, very good in basic special skills, particularly when you're going to practice already your dental skills. Imagine it's not very easy. How are you going to pull the teeth of your patient? How are you going to clean? How are you going to do dental surgery? That is actually very different. You should be skillful to do this. All right? Then, of course, tech savvy. Who does not own a computer here? Who does not own a cell phone? Maybe your cell phones are more than 2 or 3. Yeah? How many cell phones do you have? Maybe something is for someone. One cell phone is for Facebook, another for Instagram, another one is for Snapchat, among others. No? And then you are also playing your laptop for game. No? All right. Tech savvy. Okay? All right. And of course, for dental students, you are going to have international training, cultural competency. You're very lucky in this university because the population of students are diverse, including your teachers. Different. Now, in the Philippines, similar. And now, Filipino teacher, Filipino students at the same time. But here, how many nationalities do we have? Yeah, but in this classroom, maybe more than 10. I'm a Filipino, Palestinians, local. How many locals do I see? Emirati, Palestinians, right? Then Sudanese, you have, okay. Iraqi, is there any Iraqi here? All right. Eventually, Qatari will be joining us, no? Because there were problems last time, 2 years back or 3 years back. Qatar, no? How do you call them? Qatari, right? Qatari, right? So they will be joining us eventually, yeah? Because there will problems. We have students, we have so many students who were sent back because of some diplomatic problems before. Yeah, eventually we'll be opening. I think we open already our diplomatic relationship, no? So our university will be open also with them. We have so many students affected before, especially in medicine. All right. So then, of course, our university, we are discipline-based course. See, including that's the reason why you are calling your the college as an independent college, Rock College of Dental Science. All right, this is independent from Rock Medical, independent component of Rock Medical and Health Sciences University, right? So that's actually one of the things that you should be very thankful, no? But of course, here we are going to help you also understand or do your interviewing, patient interviewing and management. Basically, in psychology, I'm going to teach you about this communication process. The most important thing that you're going to do and use in your practice will be your communication process. How are you going to make your patient come back in 6 months? You do not want that your patient will actually see you once, isn't it? When you're going to have a practice, you always tell them come back at this particular time in 6 months. And how are you going to, let's say, manipulate them or motivate them to come and see you? See, there will be inflow of cash, isn't it? Communicating to them. They will love you, all right? We're going to do that, okay? So that's why psychology is very important, no? And here, we are going to teach you how to change behavior of people. That's the reason why in psychology, if you are constantly doing something, it becomes a habit. It changes your behavior. All right? Study habit, brushing habit, your oral care habit, it's there. See? If you're going to continuously do that, it becomes a part of your attitude. It becomes a part of your habit. It becomes who you are. You see? This is the thing. In dentistry, you're going to teach your patient to brush their teeth all the time, to go and see their doctor all the time, to have dental care all the time. You have to instill habit to your patient so that they will come back to you. You notice that? Have you been admitted in one hospital or let's say in any clinic? What do they usually tell you? Come back?
See you next time.
No, not only see you next time. They give you date,
Yeah.
isn't it? Come back in 10 days. You know why in 10 days? Why not 7 days? You don't discover this? If you are using insurance, if you come back within 7 days, it's free. They will not charge the insurance. You get it? You get it?
Yeah.
But if you come back after 10 days, it's not free. You are going to be charged. The insurance will be charged. It's consultation techniques. So it's a matter of communication. When they believe on you, they will come after 10 days, right? Money also. See?
Money plays an important role.
Now, of course, it's a part. Why is it that you are here? Just because of that also. It's another motivation. You have a sure job. Yeah, you have a sure job. You will become a doctor. You're going to occupy a high place in society, whether you like it or not. Becoming a doctor is something else. Believe me, especially when you're going to be doctor, you go back to your place and they are going to call you doctor, you are somebody. Isn't it? Simple problem, they come and consult you because you are a doctor. Because you are educated, they think so. So you could always solve their problem even though it's not a dental problem, just because you are a doctor. That's how important you will be in your society. You will go back in your society after this, after 5 years of education here. You will become independent. You will be on your own. You go back to your country. You will go back to your community, become somebody else. You get it? That's who you are. That's what you will be. Trust me. That's the reason why 5 years, take it one day at a time. Do not lose your focus. After you finish one semester, you'll finish another semester, next semester, then another semester. Before you know it, finish. You are calling yourselves doctor already. I believe some of you here already are writing about doctor, you know. You see, you're dreaming to become a doctor, and sometimes you're practicing to affect your doctor in your name, right or wrong.
Yeah.
That will come true in a matter of time, one day at a time. Habit. Study habit. The moment you lose your control, you lose your habit, you cannot go on. The same way with your patients. All right? That's psychology. We teach people, we teach ourselves to do what we need to do, and it becomes a part of us as we go on. That's psychology. All right? Moving forward. What time is it? All right. You're tired?
Yes.
But my time is until 4 o'clock. Yeah, I understand that. Anyway, supposed to be I'm going to give you a break, but in anyway, I'll try to finish 15 more minutes. So you have time. Yes. Okay. Okay. At 4. That's why 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So bus will be here or will be in the university. All right. Okay. So you will have enough time to go and move down. Don't you know that when I came here, I have to pick up my son at 2:10, James. And then I have also another son there, grade 4. From James, I have to drop to my house, and I have to come here. See, that's it. No, it's a habit. I'm never complaining, and I don't want to complain because that's my job. Moving forward, so psychology and dentistry, you're going to improve your communication skills. Why you're going to improve your communication skills? You see, when you're going to open your mouth, when you're going to talk, when you're going to communicate, you have to realize that the people who listen to you will have their own agenda. They would like to hear what you would like to tell them. They would like to hear always positive things about them. You see, sometimes you can manipulate that. See? This is the art of talking, the art of conversation. How do you start a conversation? How do you start communication? What is best communication? When you're going to communicate, Dr. Homa came a while ago, she is teaching about communication. So there should be a message. The message must be received loud and clear, right? No matter what the medium is. As long as there is a medium, the message is actually transferred. Now, the manner of the transfer of this message. This is what we learn in psychology. Do you understand? Sometimes we have to look and think on the perspective of others. Because if you are always talking about yourselves, talking about your opinion, talking about your ideas, others will not listen to you, right or wrong? Sometimes they get tired of listening to you. Maybe at first they will be, but eventually they get tired. So you have to think of something else. Anyway, we'll look into that as we go on. That's very important because you're going to deal with human beings. Why human beings? Because you're going to have patients. Who are your patients? These are not animals. They are not dogs. You are not veterinary you are not going to become veterinary doctors. You are dental doctors. You are going to treat human beings. By all means, you are going to communicate with them. Imagine they come to you afraid. What are you going to do? See, communication skills, and of course, rapport building. What is the meaning of rapport? Understand? When you see someone, you think that you like him already. That is the meaning. You see, just like you're very close already. You like him already. You like her already. Isn't it that it's good when you're going to become a dentist? All the people who will come to you, you are likable. They will like you. Maybe not only 6 months that they will return to you. Maybe after 2 months they will come to you. Charge professional fee 150. Right or wrong? How much is the professional charge now? 100, 150?
Yeah.
On that range. So you have to look into that. This is one of the best way to actually keep your patients. See, rapport building. They will be at ease with you. They think that they like you already. And of course, the people who will like you will be the best advertisement, right? You do not go to the television and tell the people about your services because they will do. People will tell you that you are a very good doctor and people will come to you. Before you know it, you have a hospital already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is the thing. Another one, of course, you're going to deal with dental fears. Most of the time, people do not want to have their tooth extracted because tooth extraction is always associated with pain. Pain is the most difficult experience that a human being will have. Physical pain and emotional pain. Dental fears, dental fears, pain, physical pain, and psychological pain. That's the thing that you're going to deal. No? All right? How are you going to alleviate the fears of your patient? Let's say a 6 years old will come to you. What are you going to do? You do not want to have the tooth extracted, but you need to have that tooth extracted because it's already infected. What are you going to do?
The funny girl.
Are you going to put the funny gas? No, she's going to put the patient to sleep. Anesthesia. You will not do that. Communicate with the child. Play with the child. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Then eventually they will like you. Then eventually they will follow what you want them to do. Then eventually, before you know it, you are already extracting their tooth. Is it? Because you remove the fear within them. Yes, Media.
As
Yeah.
for children.
Mhm.
So they watch, for example, the doctor asks like, which cartoon you mostly like? So cartoons you like, like it's not even like the fear, the theme, but somehow briefly okay.
Very good. Yeah, thank you. And sometimes you have to speak the language of the child through cartoons. So you should know. Anyway, so I think I'm going to end my class today. I will check the attendance. All right. Is there any class representative here? Omar. You're Omar. Which batch are you? Just graduated today? This year? Last year? Last year?
Oh, graduated.
Oh, well, you're from James, right?
I wasn't just, but I think
Ah, you didn't finish it. Yeah, there. Okay. Maybe you know my son, no? Maybe he knows you also. All right.
I got you. But I still go to even I did not grade 11, but I still go there.
Yeah. Very tough. Cambridge examination, very tough. They changed that already. My son took the Cambridge A level. Now they took it, I think it excel now.
Wow.
Cambridge is very difficult, really.
The whole book is
Yeah.
British.
Anyway, who is absent?
No one. No.
Guys on the other side, will you please type present and your ID number because this is recorded? Okay? Then you're good to go. Okay? Guys, B2 online. Yeah, do you understand my instruction?
Yes, sir.
Okay, type present on the message board because this is recorded. Type your present and your ID number, and then you're good to go. Okay?
Yeah.
Abdullah, 54? Okay. Online now, B2. Where is B? This B2 is on. Noha is online, right? You're B1, right? This is B1.
Yes.
Okay, Abdullah. See, I call you by the first name. I do not want to call you by RD numbers. I really would like to be humane as much as I can. And I really would like to remember your names. Okay? Abdullah. Another Abdullah. Abdullah Ayman. Very good. Abdullah Salem. You are. Abdullah Salem. Sorry, it's my first time to meet you. Muhammad Arkan. No? All right. Hala. She left. Rim. Very common name, Rim, no? Rim, you are Lebanese. What's your nationality? Palestinian also. Born here, raised here. Yeah, Arabic. I got so many Palestinians also on the other side, no? Students. Hala. Where is Hala? Left, all right. Umar. Okay. Umar. Jabali. Aya. Aya. Your number 12. No, I remember your ID number. So your Aya number 12. Your Aya Sudanese. Aya. All right. Aya. Yes. Jaudat. I remember this. Mark. Mahmoud. Amir. Or one. Amran. Rafa. Muhammad. Nuran. Aiman. Isha. Isha. Indian. Rahab. Jana. Heaven, no? Jana. Jana is heaven, paradise, no? Jannah. Okay. Asawar. Okay. Yasmin. Okay. You're very rich. You own the Jasmine village, no? Yasmin. Maha. All right. Mason. All right. Rania. Ahmed. Ahmad. Left. Muhammad. Where? Muhammad. All right. Said. All right. Sarah. Muhammad. Ahmed. Mamdu. Ahmed. All right. Dima. Right, you're Dima. Salma. Salama? Salma. Muhammad Khalid. No? All right. You can leave now. Thank you so much. I'll meet you on Wednesday, same time. Okay? Class is dismissed. Class is dismissed on the other side. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. I'll send you your materials later.